Hello, welcome to the Cafe Nightly Show. I'm your host, the Goldsmith. It is the 9th of December, 2024. It happens to be a Monday, and we do have just one thing and a couple iterations today, and that is the Winter Wonderland season property decor contest. Getting some details there, introduces a new concept that Upland has said they do plan to, repeat and have season after season, but it also comes along with it, this other idea, this other concept of you have to buy something to participate. There's a sale that is tied with this. So we'll get into the details on that. Obviously, Upland did also put out an explainer video that goes along with the announcement itself. So kind of touch on most of those things. And that's about what we have for the start of this week. So we'll get into that. We'll look forward a little bit with the idea that we will have plenty more of Wonderland season to come. For tonight, let's get started with a disclaimer, get it out of the way. All views and opinions expressed by myself, they're mine and mine alone. Should not be taken as game strategy or financial advice. They don't represent the game of the team of Upland. Anybody who does come on as a contributor or a guest, they have their own opinions, so welcome to them. Should be taken as game strategy or financial advice, does not represent the game of Upland, the team of Upland, myself, the Goldsmith of the Cafe Nightly Show. Easy enough. Let's take a quick look at the announcement as it did come out today. Getting a couple of the details on it because there are some details worth noting, including a sale and date and time, and what to consider on this one. Because again, there are some pieces that you have to keep in mind. Isolated area, so a limited area that this is going to be available and competitive. There obviously are dates, and you do have to make a purchase to make this all make sense. The Wonderland season is here, and it is time to transform Tokyo into a magical display of creativity and design. We're thrilled to announce the Wonderland season property decor contest, where players can showcase their property decoration skills and compete for exclusive in-game prizes. To enter, choose your property in Tokyo. Register your property by putting the Wonderland Creator easel map asset on your on your property in Tokyo. Go figure. How do you get the Wonderland easel map asset? We'll talk about that. Decorate your Wonderland. Registration is open now for the Wonderland Creator easel map asset, and the sale goes live on Tuesday, December the 10th at 9 a.m. PT. Head on over to a link to get all the details. Let's take a look. The Wonderland season obviously here. Time to transform Tokyo into a magical display of creativity and design. We're thrilled to announce the Wonderland season property decor contest. As I said, Upland is planning on doing this as something that is going to be renewable and something that Upland's going to do season after season. Good to see you, Blu-ray. I'm glad you're here. Where players can showcase their property decoration skills and compete for exclusive in-game prizes. Whether you are a seasoned designer or a newcomer to designing and decorating, this is your chance to create a Wonderland-themed property worthy of the title of model home. How to enter. Choose your property. As I said, it does have to be in Tokyo, so key there. Only one property in the city is eligible per person. Register your property. Officially enter the contest by placing a Wonderland Creator easel map asset on your property in Tokyo. This step is essential to secure your spot in the competition. So you need a specific piece of map asset on that specific property to declare that property. And again, this is where the sale comes in. Upland selling us something so that we can highlight our properties. And then again, now properties, when we talk about scoring and everything else, it can use UGC, and UGC is great. I'm glad to see UGC get featured. More things that draw more attention to UGC purchases and UGC art is a good thing. More opportunity to see more of these, property competitions, peer to peer, player to player. I'm excited to see those. But again, let's get into this piece about you have to buy something before you can participate. Once you're registered, as many map assets as you would like to design and decorate your property with the Wonderland theme. Creator easel asset sale. Oh, look at that. You got to buy them. To participate in this sale, you'll need the Wonderland Creator's easel map asset. There's some good pieces and some bad pieces when we look at this. A placement of the asset on your Tokyo property will automatically register into the contest. Players who purchase this package will be dropped one random creator easel map asset. Players can enter more than one property by placing easels easel assets on different property in Tokyo, but can only win once. So you could enter a bunch. You're going to have the highest score on one of them. The highest score is your best chance to win. Creator easels. There's 1,000 mints of each of these easels. Registration is Monday, December 9th at 9 a.m. PT. The sale starts tomorrow, Tuesday the 10th, 9 a.m. PT as well. This is reasonable, 2,000 UPEX, not a huge price. And one of the complaints I've had recently is a lot of these sales are required a USD sale. This is an UPEX sale. So, yes, you do have to pay for something. You have to buy something in order to participate in this contest. But it is a relatively low gate to entry, 2,000 UPEX. There are 4,000 of them available, so it's not something that is highly limited to a small number of people who get lucky, who get early in line. It is open to a large group of people. The only argument and concern is theoretically, if people want to buy the market up, they can. But with 4,000, hopefully they hang around long enough for those who are interested in participating to purchase on the primary. To help track progress and ensure every masterpiece gets noticed, we will introduce a leaderboard. This leaderboard will serve as a tool for Upland team to discover and review highly decorated properties. So this is kind of where this idea of objective and subjective kind of blend here, and potentially you're going to see objective, take the back seat to subjective here. What do people think is the best decorated versus number of assets or quality of assets or any of that feature or anything of that note. Properties with more map assets will naturally appear higher in the leaderboard, increasing their visibility to judging. Again, this is a judge contest. Plus, adding a Wonderland ornament to your structure earns you 5 bonus points, giving you an even greater edge at standing out. However, it's important to note that placements on the leaderboard will not determine the winners. Final decisions will be based on overall creativity, theme execution, and design quality, as determined by the Upland team, not just the quantity of the map assets. So having a large property with a ton of map assets is not going to win you the contest. It may get you high in the leaderboard, but again, not necessarily winning you that contest. It's about a display that can be judged objectively for judges to say, I like the way that looks. You have to stay within the theme. That means Wonderland season. You can't just throw a bunch of map assets from other seasons or that are non-related to a Wonderland season display. And again, the idea of design quality. How well did you do putting it together? How creative were you putting this design together? The judging period, it begins immediately after the close of registration. So it could be judging right from the beginning right to the end. Winners are announced within 48 hours of the contest deadline. So the contest deadline is Monday, December the 23rd at 9 a.m. PT. So get decorating now. Again, judging can happen during the registration or during the actual period once the registration starts. Once people start decorating, the team is going to be able to see and review and pick out some of their favorites. But being high on that leaderboard gets you that extra visibility for the team to see your designs. So there are some prizes here, of course. The timeline and the prizes, let's get into all that. Timeline and the prizes, obviously, winners are announced 48 hours after the contest deadline, after it ends. The Wonderland Santa 2024, we take a look at this block explorer. That is definitely part of the prizes. With some other prizes mixed in there. Good to see you, WW Dog. Glad you could make it in. Top 3 properties. So the top 3 properties actually get the pretty decent prizes here. The Wonderland 2024 Block Explorer, a festive and exclusive in-game avatar celebrating Wonderland season. The Wonderland 2024 Model Home Badge. So badges are things that people quest for, especially when they're limited like this. A special badge signifying your elite status as a top property design. And here's something that hasn't happened in the game of Upland for a very long time. It has happened previously. Upland's done this. Contest winners get a special pin on the map. But this is, again, something that hasn't happened for a long time. Model Home Pin, a prestigious in-game marker that identifies your property as a Wonderland model home. Now, I'm going to give you a caveat on this pin. We will take a look at some details on it, but there are some details that kind of take away a little bit of luster from this pin. Top 25 properties, each of the top 25 properties do get a Wonderland 2024 Block Explorer, Santa Block Explorer, a festive and exclusive in-game avatar celebrating Wonderland season. Again, top 3, a whole host of prizes. anybody from the 4th to the 25th getting just that block explorer. Note, properties with a model home pin must contain a high level of visual appeal to retain the designation. While these properties can be sold, it is the buyer's responsibility to uphold this standard. Upland reserves the right to remove the pin if upkeep requirements are not met. So you can earn the pin, but the pin is only yours so long as you keep upkeeping the property and potentially changing the decor from season to season. It's great to have that pin, but it's a responsibility as well as a prize. Once you have the responsibility, it's something you have to keep track and maintain. And who knows, maybe you get to a season that you don't want to celebrate as much, and maybe that is what loses you that pin. This is your chance to leave your mark in Tokyo and shine during the Wonderland season. Whether you are going for a whimsical, elegant, and imaginative designs, let your creativity bring the Wonderland theme to life. Register your property, start decorating, and create a Wonderland that will captivate the Upland community. We can't wait to see your designs. Don't need to change the decorations, just keep them up. Okay, X1, thank you so much. Yes, so you say that. So it sounds like they cannot be removed if you put decorations on that property. They have to stay there to keep the notation. If you are going to remove those decorations at the end of the season, and again, like some people do, remove the decorations, move them somewhere else, put them in storage, go to sell them, you are no longer going to have that designation of the model home. I guess that makes sense. Again, it is something that it's a prize earned once, but to maintain it long term, you have to keep the property maintained. I guess. Thank you, X1. I guess that is a good clarification. I'm glad you're following on live. That makes it easier for me. Otherwise, we did see this same announcement kind of get replicated here with there being a live update today. Live update, obviously, something that we do like to see. Video coming in from X1 that is open and available now, so easy enough to go and watch that whole video with the explainer of the pieces and the parts and the keynotes and takeaways that were put out on this announcement specifically earlier today. Other than that, we did have the NFLPA Week 13 passes now being open for exchange as of 9:30 a.m. PT. If you do have a Week 13 pass for NFLPA, it is the time now to go and redeem that pass. We do have a couple other things that we did. We are partway through as far as the week has started. We are 9 days into Wonderland season. If you haven't got a chance yet, now is a good time to go back, double check your gamified earnings task. Is going to be something that we do have up until the 15th of January to complete all the tasks, with a caveat that we will have an airdrop that is snapshot on the 30th. This is something that is definitely worth getting some things to jump on for start now, knowing that some of the Wonderland tasks do take longer to complete than others. So specifically keep in mind that if we do have things that we are worried about, login streaks or 25-day logins, those are things that you do need to start now if you want to complete them by the end of the season. Some of the easy missions to get off the list, is a quick reminder, we do have the 25-day login during the season. We have 7 days straight in a row, which is pretty easy, which a lot of people do on a weekly basis in order to check off and get their weekly spark drop or sparklet drop. Apply Wonderland ornaments, and then you have to have it up for 3 weeks. So right now, if you put your ornament up today, had it up for the next 3 weeks, you would still qualify on the 30th. It'll be right on the buzzer. So keep that in mind. We are headed towards that 30th cutoff in order to get the airdrop, with knowing that the season doesn't end till the 15th of January. So you still could get the 21 days in by the end of the season. Complete 5 structures in the game of Upland. That's been changed to where we don't have to do 5 different structures, but just a completion of 5 structures completed for build during the season. The Treasure Slay Chase, 5 standard treasure hunts. Again, with the treasure hunts coming back in play, these are easy things to complete. This is an easy check mark off the list. Around the Upland globe, travel to 3 different cities in Upland. There is going to be the opportunity to mint 3 new properties during the season and get a check mark there for a completed mission. Festive Decorator, complete 3 property collections for the first time. With the collections, again, this can be a tricky one when we get a new city. Sometimes that makes it easier to complete. We don't have any confirmations of a new city yet this season. Generally speaking, we do have one per season, at least for the last several months. Market Fireplace purchased a total of 5 properties from the secondary market, and then ringing the referrals. Obviously, referral bonus continuing to be something that Upland does emphasize. That is going ahead and getting somebody referred to the game. They do have to level up and status up to earn you that referral bonus, and they do have to make that first deposit in the game or first purchase in the game to get you in, or generally do to get you to that point where they end up being your referral for you. So keep that in mind. If you are, again, getting started for the season, you haven't get any gamified earnings started for the season, keep in mind that our goals or task here is to complete at least 5. We want to get to that target multiplier, 3 times multiplier of the general dividends of 4.7% annualized rate over the course of the year. 12 tasks does get you to 3.1 times multiplier. And of course, as I mentioned, we do have 2 airdrops for Sparklet tied to TGE, to the prior to original release or exchange listing of Sparklet. Had you had Sparklet earned in the game of Upland prior to TGE, and you were to go ahead and keep that in the game, that is where you're going to be getting a payout for a airdrop on the 31st or after the 30th snapshot taking place for the gamified earnings by the 30th, and then separate for the 15th of January. If you have not yet started collecting your gamified earnings for the season, now's a great time to do so. Knowing that the last several months we have seen significant earnings in that respect, but some of the number of people who have been participating has dropped off a little bit, giving you a better chance of getting a better slice of the pie with the gamified earnings airdrops for the 30th and the 15th of January. Only other note on the earnings this time around is we do have weekly additions. We will be seeing every Tuesday, starting this Tuesday. So starting tomorrow, we will see some added in missions. As of right now, we do have 10. We will see some additional added each week. So keep your eye out every Tuesday for an added mission and a additional mission each Tuesday, starting on December the 10th. That is tomorrow. We do have the second drop of the season for a cosmetic drop. So if you have not burnt your cosmetic pass, your season pass, now is the time to do it. If you haven't purchased one, they are still available in the Upland store, $6.99. And as a reminder on these, there are 4 different passes. If you do buy them to collect them, you can definitely hold on to them. If you buy them to burn them, and you burn one, that is plenty. You don't have to burn different passes. Burning different passes does not get you an additional reward. Purchasing different passes could be something you'll hold on to as a collectible. We did see the 2024 MV Motors Series T bundle kick off today. As we did discuss the other day, definitely worth recognizing there is a strong secondary market out there. So is something that people can look on the secondary market if you did want to participate in this sale. That is still available, $99.99. 376 of those bundles left of 500. And we do still have the 2024 MV Motors Series 1 bundles at $249.99. 91 of those available, 100 of those left. And the big sale point on this, obviously, was that idea of the 5% chance of gaining 1R. Do want to put that note out. 95% of the people who purchase those are not going to get a 1R. So if you're purchasing for the hope of getting a 1R, keep in mind the real chances, the real probabilities of that happening. And again, purchase at your own discretion with that knowledge. $250, potentially getting a Series 1, maybe getting a Series 1E, and a rare chance of Series 1R. Creative Easels registration is open now. I'm going to make sure I register myself. That sale does happen at 9 a.m. PT tomorrow. There are 4,000 of these available, but what we expect and what tends to happen is people can buy multiples of these. Once they bought their first, there's a cool down period. Then they could buy their second, their third, their fourth, their fifth. And with that in mind, these may sell out at some point throughout the day. First season, I didn't get cosmetics. Cheese, I'm liking the cosmetics. I'm liking the kawaii. I know I've been disappointed the last couple months or a couple seasons. The kawaii I like because it sticks to that theme, but it allows us to kind of apply kawaii to the season. I could put these kawaii eyeballs, and I can kind of put something holiday in the background that kind of ties to Wonderland season. I like that that layering is available, and the season can also tie to the theme. But I do understand these cosmetics aren't for everybody, and especially in the USD side, they do add up throughout the year. The one thing to note, if you have bought every cosmetic pass throughout the year, Cheese, but haven't bought the Wonderland yet, haven't burned the Wonderland yet, keep in mind there is a pass for completing all of the passes for the year. There is a badge that will be being dropped for completing all of the passes for the year, burning each of the seasons that were available this year. Otherwise, we are looking forward to the rest of the Wonderland season. I do want to remind people this coming next Saturday. There you go. I thought we were closer than we were. Next Saturday, the 21st of December, 6 p.m. PT, running the holiday extravaganza. We've done it the last couple of years. Actually, this is the 4th annual that I'll be running one with Uplando, specifically being done in the Upland or in Upland Layer 1 in the Left House Cafe. Or theater specifically. We'll get into the details on that address and all of that shared, but definitely mark the calendar for the 21st, 6 p.m. PT. Again, Layer 1 Upland. Can watch it on YouTube, can watch it on Twitter as well. Some giveaways exclusive to Layer 1 Upland, so you are going to want to be in the Nowhere, specifically in the Nowhere Theater in Layer 1 Upland for the Left House Theater. And if you're in there are some giveaways that will be exclusive to those who can make it into that room. And then, again, just a lot of games, some great interviews, some time with the team here. Hopefully, I think we're waiting on confirmation of who and when and what time those interviews will be. But otherwise, it will be a good time. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody show up who can. But for tonight, I want to say thank you so much for being here. Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. PT. We are in the Upland Cafe. In the plaza on Tuesdays and Fridays, but Monday through Friday here in YouTube, here on Twitter, and of course in the Upland Cafe Discord for those who want to listen in voice. For those in the Upland Cafe Discord, feel free to unmute your mics. The floor is yours.